Hi, everybody. There's nobody here yet. Hi. Hi.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Still nobody. There you are. Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Good morning and greetings to all y'all. Quick note. If you haven't listened to our podcast, the Macadamia Common Sense Cast came out yesterday.
It's really good.
I love how you're surprised.
I know.
You're like, actually.
Holy crap, it's good, you guys.
It's pretty good.
I listened to it on the way into work today. I was like, wow. We did pretty
We have a
good.
pretty good
We have a pretty good podcast. I never really noticed how good it was until the way in my drive this morning. It's pretty good. You should listen to it.
You should.
I was like, who are these girls? They're pretty good. Oh, that's us.
Dinesh D'Souza was our guest. He's always fantastic, and it's always just really easy to talk to him about stuff, and he's so smart. You know what I mean? Like, he's that kind of smart where you're just like, wow.
He elevates the discourse.
Right.
You know?
I mean, can you imagine him in our live yesterday?
Oh, my God. It would have been like, we're talking about crapping on a bed. I'm out. I went to Dartmouth. Bye. Yeah.
Yeah, I would. But we rise to the occasion, I feel like, pretty well.
Oh, yeah. We always,
so we
can do that.
We can play when we need to play.
Yeah, we can totally step it up.
So we do have a gift to thank.
We do. We don't
someone
know
today
who the actual individual is.
I'm guessing that it is the owner of Pickle Cat Designs.
Pickle Cat
Designs sent us this clock.
It's a John Cleese.
It's a John Cleese clock. You know how like the feet do this? You know, you've seen these before, right? Right?
It's a great clock, you guys.
It doesn't work because it doesn't have a battery yet. But like once we have a battery in it, it'll do this.
It's a great clock.
Here is our dilemma.
We don't
about
know.
Pickle Cat Designs and this lovely
We
clock.
love the clock.
Love it.
My hair's a mess this morning. Sorry, guys.
Don't know.
We don't know what.
We have dementia, and so we cannot recall if there was something that
like a discussion we had about John Cleese. Did we talk about John Cleese?
To our regulars, help us out.
Yeah,
because we cannot figure out like if there's a meaning of this that we're missing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great, right? Hilarious clock.
Uh-huh.
It's just that we don't know why we're getting it.
Listen, we know that we have like short-term memory loss. We get it. We embrace it. We know. I can barely remember what I had for dinner last night. I get it.
What did I have for dinner last night?
I know, right? Did you know what you had for dinner last night?
Oh, you know what? I made something. I made a grilled turkey and cheese sandwich. I mean, not grilled, a fried one. I fried it.
You are Martha Stewart.
I fried it. Like I used a frying pan and everything.
Martha freaking Stewart. All up in there. Are you going to talk about the Glee Girl just to get it out of the way?
Yes, you guys. Did you guys watch Glee back in the day?
I didn't watch it.
I watched it for a couple seasons until it got so gayed out that I was just like, okay, if every storyline is going to be about somebody being gay, I've lost interest. Yeah. But it started out really great. And one of the main stars who played kind of the bitchy girl was played by Naya Rivera, who apparently is presumed dead this morning because of a drowning. So she rented a pontoon boat with her little 4-year-old boy.
I didn't even watch the show, but the story is really, really sad because she took her baby boy.
And she's a single mom.
Yeah.
They went out to a lake in California where, close to where they live. And she had a little life jacket on him. And she herself apparently wasn't wearing a life jacket, but I'm assuming she knew how to swim and all that. And the boy was found alone on this boat 4 hours later after they left, and because they rented it at 1, the little boy was found at 4 o'clock, so 3 hours later. And police, it's hard to talk to a 4-year-old about where his mom is, but he said that she jumped in to take a swim and just never came back. And now they think she's dead. And she's only 33.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so awful. It's just unspeakably awful.
Yeah.
It is.
And like having to get those details from I hope he forgets it. I hope that he like
4s.
I know sometimes you don't remember things like when you're 4 because I don't remember a lot of stuff before the age of 5. Maybe he'll block it out. God, that's just awful.
That's a moment, right? Like, how do you forget that?
I know,
like
it's just
the
terrible.
Day that your mom disappeared.
All right, let's talk about something more.
All right. There's an update with the Lady Antebellum case. So you may remember a few weeks ago
How woke they were. They're so woke, you guys.
Lady Antebellum decided a few weeks ago that in anticipation of people being angry about their name, because Antebellum is pre-Civil War, and apparently you can't say that without being racist now. Even though they chose it because they like the style of home, they decided, oh no, we don't want to be racist, we don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. So they changed their name to Lady A. And they did it with, kind of some fanfare. Like there were press releases, all their social media was changed, the whole 9 yards. Come to find out, like the next day, I think, there's a black soul singer based in Seattle who goes by Lady A, who's gone by Lady A for the past 2 decades.
They didn't bother to check.
And so she was very upset. Initially, she was upset because she said, it's the height of white privilege to not even bother to check with me how I feel about them taking the name I've been
So that's
using for
kind
2
of
decades.
racist.
So that was racist. Well, then there was some happy news because then the band reached out to her and they were actually working on a song together. Like there was going to be this whole song of unity and they were each going to continue to use the Lady A name. And it was like this.
A song of unity.
I mean, it was all so dumb.
Good Lord.
But they were working together and it all seemed to be going fine until the Seattle Lady A decided to lawyer up. Or at least get a new lawyer. And the new lawyer was like, we're going to ask Lady Antebellum for $10 million to use this name. And so then what gets even more complicated is it turns out Lady Antebellum registered the name and trademark Lady A like 10 years ago. And the Seattle Lady A never said anything about it. She never contested it. She didn't try to get rights to it then. And so there was never any conflict. And they've just been having Lady A. And in fact, they've referred to themselves as Lady A on some different websites. And it's a shortened name, right? So sometimes they'll just refer to themselves as Lady A instead of Lady Antebellum. So at first, I was on the side of the Seattle Lady A.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, wait a minute.
They trademarked this.
If they
trademarked it, then
it's their name.
It's theirs.
And all they're doing now is trying to get a court to confirm that they are allowed to use their own registered trademark for merchandise and whatever else. And so I don't think they should have to pay the Seattle Lady A $10 million.
She doesn't have a case.
She didn't register it.
She doesn't have a case. She should have freaking registered. She should have paid the money and registered it herself.
So you don't get to go and say now. And listen, we don't know trademark law. This is not our area of expertise. But that seems like a huge, ridiculous cash grab, especially when the band wants no money from her.
No.
They want her to pay no damages. They even say, please continue to use the name, but don't prevent us from using our own
Especially
trademark.
since they trademarked it.
Right. So then I was on the side of the band. But now everyone on social media is giving the band a rash of crap because they're saying the fact that they are now suing Lady A is the height of racism. So, I mean, this is what you get, Lady Antebellum, for going along with the woke crowd. You want to look woke and all social justice.
You're gonna get a whole ration. You're gonna go a whole ration of shit.
This is what you get. So now I don't feel sorry for them. I do and I don't.
I know. It's all a bunch of crap.
It's an incredible story.
It really is.
So that's where we are with that.
Yup.
Remember the Donald Trump niece tell-all, it's coming out next week, blah, 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 and there's all these lies in it. So
yeah, he's all sorts of all labels, and he's this and he's that. And oh, by the way, she starts going into him because he has 12 Diet Cokes a day. She's going after his diet, you guys.
Yeah.
Have you seen this lady? I mean, listen.
Not that we're body shaming.
I wouldn't body shame her if, in fact, she wasn't body shaming him.
Yep.
This is the thing that I get so crazy about. Don't go after his diet and what he looks like if you're not willing to take the same criticism about yourself.
Yeah.
And walk around in sweats.
And did you
looking
see the
like
picture of her at the White House? The picture of her is going around that was just 2 years ago because they were all at the White House to celebrate the sister's 80th birthday. And she's happily there.
Isn't that interesting? So it's fine to be there for that.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So one of the claims that she made in the book is that Donald Trump paid his friend Joe something, Santiago, I forget the name. It doesn't matter. Joe Shapiro. He paid his friend Joe Shapiro to take his SATs for him because Joe apparently had this reputation of being a great test taker. Well, now the widow of Joe Shapiro, a woman by the name of Pam Shriver, is saying that is completely false. Big fat lie. My former husband, my dead husband, would have never done that. Ever, never, never.
Yeah.
So there it is. So
so she's a lying hag.
She's a lying hag, and she's just trying to cause trouble, and it's so transparent.
And can you imagine being the widow of this guy and having that come out? It's like, not only is she dissing Trump, but she's dissing that guy and his character. I'd sue her. I would be like, you don't get to say that about my husband.
Yeah.
How about you suck it? I mean, that is just unreal. It's unreal who she's dragging through the mud. Why? Because you want to make money? Because you didn't get enough in the inheritance?
Oh, no.
Here's the thought. Get a job.
And she is a multimillionaire, by the way.
Oh, so it's just not enough.
It's not enough.
She just didn't get enough. These people are pathetic.
It's just so obvious what she's trying to do.
Totally.
Just stop it.
Really, you're bitter. You're bitter, and it's ugly. When you're bitter, it causes like all sorts of problems here.
And then you got to turn into a cat like Madonna.
Yeah.
By the way, some dude left a comment on our YouTube video in defense of Madonna that's like this long.
Oh my God, are you serious?
It goes on for miles.
You guys, we have to go read it.
Well, I couldn't because there's not even any paragraph breaks.
We get those a lot. Who's the other celebrity that people? It's Britney Spears.
Oh, when you go after Britney Spears,
you guys, if we ever talk about Britney Spears, the Britney bots come after us like crazy. It's the weirdest thing. There's like this whole troop of people that are like, don't insult Britney.
And you guys, are you seeing what she's doing on her Instagram lately?
Britney Spears.
She
does this thing where she
weird.
walks up to the camera and she's dancing and
she just does this
walk
little
away.
model turn.
Yeah, and that's all she does. And
back and forth.
It's so strange. It's like,
it's so weird.
What are you doing? Yeah.
And now there's this whole campaign, like a hashtag campaign, Free Britney Spears, because people are convinced that because she's still under the conservatorship
of her dad,
that she's not allowed to make any decisions, and she's literally going crazy. So listen, I feel bad for her.
You think she's going crazy?
I feel bad for her if that's the case, but some conservator needs to tell her to stop doing this weird shit on Instagram. It's super weird.
Yeah.
It's not okay.
I think didn't she burn her gym down?
Yeah, she did. That was an accident though.
Because of candles?
I think it was because of candles. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to be careful with those. We talked yesterday about Kanye, of course, running on the birthday party platform.
Yeah.
There's a story today in the Daily Mail that says, from TMZ, that says his family is very, very concerned that all of this is stemming from a bipolar manic episode, which he experiences about once a year.
Who's his family?
Well,
Kim?
that's a great question because
Kim?
they say, TMZ just says, our sources tell us, that the family is very concerned, hoping that this passes, that it's like hopefully just a phase, and that he just needs to up his meds or whatever.
That's the thing. I don't know who that is. Is that Chris? Like the momager? Who is it?
Yeah, I don't know. But Kim is not really saying anything, especially because, when he had the 4-hour interview, she's not said word one about that.
Yeah, but when he announced it, she put a tweet out with just a bunch of American flags.
Maybe because she thought it wasn't necessarily serious, and now that it seems to be, she's like, oh, I'm not down to clown. Well, because she's not pro-life. She's like a huge proponent of Planned Parenthood. And he's going off and saying he posted a fetus picture yesterday and then took it down after a bunch of backlash.
Is she a Planned Parenthood? Because I know her I know her family is. I know like the other girls in her family are, but I don't know about her.
No, she is too. There's video of her talking about
Planned Parenthood. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Because I know like her sisters are all about it. But I didn't know about her specifically.
Yeah. So I don't know if this whole campaign thing is gonna last, but anyway, that's what's happening with that.
The birthday party.
Because if he wins, we all have a birthday. Okay. Lots of stuff too to get into on our regular radio show, which is on WIBC.com for those of you not in Indianapolis. We're gonna play another clip from the fantabulous Damani Felder. And if you don't know who Damani Felder is, you should listen to our show.
We should spell his name again.
We have to spell his name every single
time we talk about him on the radio. Somebody calls in, they're like, who? Can you spell
what?
his name?
Even though we spell it.
We spell it.
Every time.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, Damani Felder. He's fantastic.
Yeah.
He's released another of his common sense little clips about the media.
I think he also went to Texas A&M.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because in his Twitter bio it says Gig'em, and I'm like, oh my god, and he's from Texas, so I think he went to A&M, which makes me like him even more.
He's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal guy. So we're going to be playing his newest thing. We're also going to be bringing you into this.
What do you gotta? What do you gotta?
Because Bernie Sanders, who you may remember, decided to create with Joe Biden a joint task force to create a platform for Biden's president run. And they've released that 110-page platform, which, by the way, AOC was a part of the committees on this. I mean, like, crazy people put this together, essentially. And even though Bernie says that neither side got exactly what they wanted, it's a true example of compromise, and it will make Biden the most progressive president we've ever had.
Because they're going to control him, you guys. I mean, he's not like he's going to be running the country. If
Right.
in fact he runs the country, it'll be a whole host of other people. You know, Obama will be in charge again. Susan Rice. You know, a bunch of other people will be the puppeteers. I mean, give me a break. Joe Biden has no idea where he is. It's not like he's going to be running the country. You're out of your mind if you think it's going to be him. You're out of your mind as much as he's out of his mind.
Yeah.
He has no idea where he is.
I was really hoping you would say more in your Bernie voice.
Oh. You're out of your minds. Shut up, horse shorts. Her shorts are very hoary today. Very, very
I mean, I
hoary.
feel like they're a pretty respectable
No,
lady.
they're
It's just
not.
that I'm sitting
they're
down.
not respectable at all. They're very, very hoary.
Also, there is the most ridiculous article out there. I don't even remember what platform posted it. And it is about the little dude on the traffic stops. You know,
Oh my
the little
God.
dude that tells you when to walk and when to
I
not
couldn't
walk.
even get through it. I was like, what is this crap?
This black dude actually wrote a piece about how that little guy, because he's white, super racist.
It's a light.
It's a traffic light.
It's a traffic light. It's the
It's
reason
the little guy.
The reason it's white is because it's a light.
You got to be able to see
You
it.
have to be able to see the light, so it's white. And he's like, "That's racist."
And it shows that white people want to have continual power over black people.
because of a traffic light.
It's for real, you guys.
It's
I'm not making this up.
But it's a light. It has nothing to do with race. What are we doing?
Because, see, what started it is that he has a little kid, and his friend, who is a white woman, has a little kid, and they were walking together one day, and they get to a traffic stop, and the white lady says to her kid, okay, just look for the little white man to tell us when to go. And all of a sudden, he like...
It clicked.
It clicked
And
that
he
this
was like,
was a white power thing.
Oh my God.
But then there is a happy ending, because then he ended up doing all this research into where did this light come from? How did it happen that we have this little white man?
It came from an LED.
It came remember, it used to say the word walk or don't walk. Remember that?
Yeah.
Back in the day? Well, then that became no-no because we got too global and people were worried about people who can't read English not knowing how to read that.
Oh my
So they
God.
turned it into a white person. And they've never, like the people that created it never called it a white person. They call it like Lumina person or something like that.
Who cares what they call it?
But this is the lengths of research that this clown went to. And then still, after he discovered that this is not racist at all, he still wrote the article.
I
I mean, what is even happening?
I can't.
I
I
know.
can't. Everything is racist. And when everything is racist, nothing is.
Exactly.
Nothing is racist when everything is.
People have lost their minds.
Everybody is crazy.
Shep Smith, remember him?
Yeah. I always thought he was an alien.
He looks like a lizard.
He looks kind of alien-y.
Like if he had like a really long tongue that just sort of shot
Yeah,
out,
I feel like
it wouldn't
he
surprise
and
me.
Mark Zuckerberg are both from the planet Leaborg 9.
And he's like a pet of Mark Zuckerberg's.
Yes.
Because he's a lizard, you guys.
Yes.
That said, I will say that back in the day, Shep is very good at storytelling.
He is.
He's one of the
good.
best.
He was pretty good at the news when he wasn't biased.
But then he got super biased
Then
and
he
he
got-
became really anti-Trump.
Yeah.
And so then he decided to leave Fox News after 23 years. This was last fall.
And then everybody forgot about him.
Everybody forgot about him until yesterday when it turns out that he has announced his new gig, and this fall, once his year non-compete thing is up, he's gonna have a 1 hour weekday news show at 7 o'clock on CNBC. And it's gonna be called, he's got a really long title, and the name of the show is going to be The News with Shepard Smith. And his title is Chief Breaking General News Anchor and Executive Editor. So,
okay, well, that's very fancy, Mr. Fancy Pants.
That is what he's doing.
Okay. All right.
There's going to be a ruling today, we think, from the Supreme Court about Trump's finances and whether those should be disclosed. So that is going to happen. And there's also a lot of chatter, you guys. I've been saying that this is going to happen, and now it's happening. A lot of chatter going on right now about Joe Biden not doing debates.
Yeah, they're trying to get out of it. They're trying to put conditions on the debates now. They're like, number one, Trump needs to have his taxes out. And number two, what was the number two condition for the debate?
Well, this is an opinion writer saying.
But listen, I could see where they would take that and run with it because they don't want him to debate because he would be a disaster.
He would be a disaster. So the Trump releases tax returns, first criteria. The second one is left-wing networks will be responsible for real-time fact-checking.
Yeah. Okay.
And they'll get to enter the debate themselves on Biden's team. Just a news anchor, like freaking Brian Stetler would just get to jump into the podium with Biden and be like, Trump is incorrect.
Oh my God.
It's such bull crap.
Can you believe this crap? No. Mm-mm. It's unreal. Let him debate. I want to see it. I'm going to grab my popcorn. I've been waiting for this.
Right?
Oh my God.
And they are doing everything they can to sort of plant the seeds so that these debates do not happen.
Yeah, they don't want it to happen. And they'll try. Listen, I think they will use coronavirus. They'll use everything to make it not happen. I want so badly for this to happen. We have to let this happen.
Oh,
it has to happen.
It has to. It would be unheard of. Not to have them debate.
Everybody will be mad about no debates. And that's when, we need to all.
I don't think the left will.
No, I'm saying everybody on our side.
Yeah.
We will all be like, seriously, this is a big scam if they don't debate. I think there will be a huge uproar if we don't see a debate. Do you here in Indy, you guys? We have today is our first official day of a mandate for masks in Marion County, which is Indianapolis and kind of like our metropolitan area. Our mayor, Hogsett, is completely worthless. And, our city's basically burned down. It's a big crap hole. It looks like Beirut there. It's we can't walk on the circle here downtown. It used to be a beautiful city. We could walk downtown. We could
There was the Strawberry Festival.
Yeah, there are festivals. We could actually go get lunch after the show. There's no way. I'm afraid of getting shot down here now.
I used to not even be afraid to go get coffee in the morning from Au Bon Pain, which is 2 doors down.
We can't do it.
In the darkness. I had no problem with it a couple years ago.
No way.
Oh my God, there's no way.
Because there are homeless people having sex in wheelchairs on the
literally
circle.
right there.
I'm not even exaggerating. That happens. It's gross. It's our city is gross now because this Democrat mayor is a complete joke. Anyway,
where's your mask, Rob? Today's Thursday.
Rob. So today he made our Democrat mayor Hogsett did a mandate where today is the day. He made the mandate last week, but today was the day where we all have to start wearing masks in Marion County.
Because yesterday we didn't need them.
No, it was fine. It was fine yesterday. Yeah. We were all safe yesterday, and the day before, and the day before that, and the day before that. But today we have to start wearing masks inside. And in the Indy Star, which is our also crap hole of a newspaper, it's our liberal rag of a newspaper here in Indy. They put out an article that told you how to narc on your
fellow citizens.
You
see somebody without a mask, here's what you do to report them.
Yeah.
So you're in trouble.
You basically call the Department of Health, right? Is that what it is? The Department of Health?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how are they going to write a ticket for that?
I don't know. But my husband told me that the fraternal, the Fraternal Order of Police, is that what it is? Mm-hmm. Yeah. They put out a statement saying, yeah, we're not going to.
Oh, good. You
can go ahead and call the Department of Health or whatever, but we're not doing this crap. Don't call us because
I like your pigtails.
Thanks. You know, yesterday somebody on our YouTube video said about you, they were like, Mark, your husband's so hot. When he was looking into the screen behind you, it was so hot. And I was like, I could have birthed him.
It's so funny how they think it's your husband. It's definitely not mine. You know? It's like...
Actually, it wasn't totally clear that they thought it was mine, but they just said your husband.
Okay.
And I felt like because I had the conversation with him.
It would be you. Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah.
I'm married to both.
I mean, there's no way that I would marry you.
Well, I mean, we could have birthed you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
Sharing is caring.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Obviously,
get your mask on.
Obviously, I would be with a bald dude that looked angry.
He was bald for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, but it didn't last long.
Hey, let me tell you this with every piece of sincerity. Mm-hmm. I would do whatever. You wanted.
I know you would, Rob. I know you would.
Okay. We're going to be giving an update on Central Park Karen. Perhaps you remember the story of the chick who called the cops on that black birdwatcher dude. And I don't even remember why. What was it like a mask thing? I don't even remember what that was about.
There are so many Karens. I can't keep track of all the Karens.
Oh, no, it was because her dog wasn't on a leash. And he was mad because the area that they were in, leashes are required, right? And so then there was like an altercation and she called the police. She's like, a black man is trying to attack me.
There's so many Karens now. I can't, and I feel sorry for actual Karens. Sorry, Karens.
I know. Anyway, so she lost her job. She lost her dog temporarily, although she has the dog back. And then, I mean, her life has just been a complete pile of crap ever since this incident. Now, to be fair, the guy is a jerk too. Like, the guy said things to her that were very intimidating, and I would have been afraid myself. They were both in the wrong in this case. But now, there's apparently going to be charges against her for filing a false police report because when she called the police on him, it wasn't under the right pretenses, apparently, and so they're trying to nab her with that. Well, the birdwatcher guy is not cooperating. So he's like, you know what? I accepted her apology. She's suffered enough. If you guys are going to prosecute her, you can do it without my help. So, I mean, I guess props to him for that, right? Because he's just like, enough is enough already. Like, can we just let this lie?
Yeah.
So that's the update about that.
I am upside down about this Marquette University thing. Just upside down about it.
Yeah, this is bad too.
This is really bad. Everybody needs to know about it. Y'all need to share it on your social media. I'm upside down about it. So there's this chick, it's a freshman, incoming freshman, Samantha Pfefferly, I think is her name.
So many F's in this name.
Yeah, a lot of F's. Anyways, she was soon to be Marquette University freshman.
She's already been accepted. She's got her classes lined up.
She has her roommate.
She's got a roommate.
She's got everything. She's got her assignment, everything. She's got everything ready to go to be an incoming freshman at Marquette. She has not even set foot on campus because obviously it doesn't start, I guess classes don't start probably till like August, right? And now she is facing possible dismissal from the school because, and just wait for it, she is a conservative.
She likes Trump.
She's a Trump supporter. And so they're going to rescind her.
No, they're not. I mean, the update.
Well, they're thinking they were going to.
They were going to. There were actual discussions with her about her TikTok usage and the fact that she was saying things that they perceived as going against their value system.
But the fact that they even had discussions with her
insane.
about this, I wouldn't. If I were her parents, I'd be like, "You're not going to the school. You're not going. Screw the school. I'm not giving them one red cent. This is a piece of crap school. We're not going here." And you know what? I'd sue for violation of like her. She shouldn't have to tell them what her political affiliation is. She shouldn't have to defend that. I would lawyer the hell up is what I would do. And I would sue them for asking her all these intrusive questions. I cannot believe, because they did. They asked her all sorts of questions about, what do you think about dreamers? What do you think about this? What do you think about that? She shouldn't have had to answer any of these questions.
Nope.
Screw Marquette. And I can't believe that they're actually asking these questions because she's a conservative. This is harassment, y'all, because she's a conservative.
It's an example, too, of cancel culture because it was because she put out a TikTok, voicing her support for Trump, and also had some things in there like go Marquette, or, you know, because she's proud of her school. She's excited to go to Marquette. And then a whole bunch of people saw it and they were like, oh, we got to get her canceled and we're going to petition for the school to rescind her acceptance. And there was a huge push, which caused the school to actually ask the questions. And finally, once this hit the news waves, I saw the story on College Fix, which is like campus reform.
It wasn't even just that. It was, I hope you die.
Oh yeah, she got all kinds of death threats.
She got death threats. And people are like, is this a Catholic school? Does that even matter anymore? Catholic schools are a joke, you guys. They're the worst. They are the absolute worst. Catholic schools are the most liberal schools out there now. They don't care. They just want money. Get a grip.
They actually, the College Fix reached out to the school, and finally, Monday they said, okay, we're not going to revoke her admission. Well, how freaking big of you? Of course you're not going to, because that's not a school requirement to be a Democrat or to be a Trump hater. What the hell? I mean, this is what's happening with universities.
Yeah. And it's like, we talked to Dinesh about this yesterday in our podcast. I asked the question, I'm like, listen, I have a 10-year-old. We put 2 kids through school already, my older kids. And they managed to get out and still stay conservative by the grace of God and parenting, right? I don't know how. I really don't. They escaped, right? All the indoctrination, because we see so many kids that go into college as conservatives and they come out liberal. And we hear heartbreaking stories from parents all the time. They write us and they're like, oh my God, my kid came out liberal. I see it. I see it. We see it every day. But I have a 10-year-old and I'm like, I don't want her going to one of these crap schools, because a lot of these schools, now Marquette is private, but a lot of these schools are federally funded. And these schools are run by liberals and they are indoctrination camps, and that is not okay. How do we get those back? Well, they're too far gone. They're simply too far gone. Now, listen, it's one thing to send your kid to these schools and knowing that they're too far gone. It's another thing when they start going after kids.
Right.
And it'll start happening at public universities too. I mean, this is happening at a private school, fine. Well, don't send your kid to that crap school. Get them out of there. And also sue, because they shouldn't have asked those questions. I mean, they need to look, those parents, if they send this Samantha to that school still after what happened, I'm sorry, those parents need to rethink what they're doing, and Samantha needs to rethink where she's going to school. That's a whole other story. But I mean, we need to, as parents, start thinking about what we're doing here, and we need to also start thinking about our university system, because it is so unbelievably imbalanced.
I mean, you basically have it's Hillsdale or nothing at this point. Hillsdale is like the only school that cares about actual Western civilization education, the way that it was meant to be. They're the only liberal arts school left that actually teaches anything about civics,
liberty's another one too.
That cares, that likes America, right? The rest of these universities are just overrun.
Notre Dame is so liberal.
Oh, Notre Dame is
liberal.
It's bad.
They're the ones who had Obama come speak.
It's getting worse and worse. All of them are.
There's
all
no
liberal. Escape.
Yeah, listen, Catholic universities, they can say they're Catholic. They're not Catholic. They don't care about they don't care about Christianity. They care about money, and they're liberal. And they'll tout abortion. They have people come speak that they don't care about Christianity. Do your research. They're all liberal professors, all of them. And listen, Marquette that's a disgrace.
Yeah, it's
what they
bad.
did to this girl. So look the story up, share it. And I mean, this is the thing. People need to start talking about this stuff. They need to be aware of what's going on in these universities, because it's disgraceful. It should not be happening in America. That should frighten everybody that happened to this girl.
And we talked to Dinesh about what to do, and he's saying we gotta create an alternative.
Yeah.
Especially if it's an online alternative, which can be done much cheaper. And Harvard, their whole next year is going to be online. It's not like this is going to be a new thing. Online is sort of the wave of the future now, right? And if conservatives can build out really solid university programming, and Jordan Peterson was talking about doing that too. So I even asked him in the podcast yesterday, I was like, you and Jordan Peterson starting a university would be freaking amazeballs,
yeah,
right?
It would be. It takes so much time and accreditation, and there's like a lot of years of, putting time and effort and money. There's so much money behind that. You know, because he even said, he goes, these are universities that have been around for 100 years. You know, they've been around forever, and they're deeply rooted. And then all these professors, they hire other professors that it's all groupthink. They hire professors that think just like them because they don't care about critical thinking. They don't care about thinking outside the box. They want people who think just like them, that'll make these students think just like them. That's not what a university is for. And that's why these kids are getting out of school and they all think the same.
And they're all crazy.
Yeah. And they all hate America. It's a bunch of bullcrap, you guys. I used to teach at the university level, and I was probably the only conservative in there, and that was 7 years ago when I left. So, and I didn't tell students what I thought politically. I just did my job. You know, go figure. It's not like that anymore. I mean, now it's like I would never get hired in a university. You think I would? I'm never going to teach again, ever.
You got too much baggage now.
Well, I got too much baggage, but if they ever saw what I did now, and I try to go back and teach part-time, which I would love to do because I love teaching. I love teaching. But I'd never get hired back, ever. Because they'd be like, oh my God, you were a conservative, like you did political radio? Are you kidding me?
It's like me getting hired back in HR.
Well,
it's never happening.
But even more so in teaching. I mean, there's no way they'd ever hire me back at a university, ever. Because of what I do. No way. Yeah, it's crazy. So just check that story out. Marquette, you'll see it.
And we'll be talking more about it on our show at 9 o'clock Eastern, WIBC.com.
Insane, you guys. Insane.
We gotta go. Again, thank you to Pickle Cat Designs for this clock.
Greatest name ever for a company.
And if you're watching, Pickle Cat person, if you could remind us what it is that we said or did that inspired you to send this lovely clock to us, that would be great.
I feel like we talked about John Cleese at some point. We just don't remember when that was or in what the context was. So if you could remind us what the context was.
Like, did we talk about John Cleese and time?
I don't know.
Specifically?
I don't
Anyway, it's a lovely gift. We just don't know why we're getting it.
Thank you. You guys bring it in. Bring it in. Have a great day. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.